Imagine a universe, a cosmos sprawling with untold wonders, yet riddled with a darkness that threatens to consume it all. Countless civilizations, spread across the stars, stand poised on the precipice of annihilation. Their histories are stained with ancient grudges, fueled by the ever-present hunger for resources and the constant fear of the unknown. For eons, this simmering tension has threatened to erupt into a galactic war, a cataclysm that would extinguish the light of countless worlds. Now, picture this. Amidst this cosmic tension, a single act of kindness, a gesture so seemingly insignificant, so utterly human, that it shatters the chains of animosity and reshapes the destiny of an entire galaxy. This isn't a tale of epic battles or technological marvels, though those elements are present. This is a story about compassion, about empathy, about the radical notion that even in the coldest, emptiest reaches of space, hope can bloom. Our story begins on Earth, in the year 2077. Global tensions are high, the echoes of past conflicts still reverberating through the corridors of power. But amidst this climate of uncertainty, there was a man, Dr. Aris Thorne. A brilliant, yet unassuming astrophysicist, he dedicated his life to a singular pursuit, searching for signs of extraterrestrial life. He was driven by a profound belief that we are not alone, and that somewhere out there, in the vast cosmic ocean, other minds were contemplating the same mysteries. One fateful day, his unwavering dedication paid off. He intercepted a faint, garbled signal, a desperate cry echoing from the depths of space. It was a distress call, emanating from a dying alien ship, stranded near the icy embrace of Neptune. Ignoring protocol, disregarding the warnings of his superiors, and risking everything he held dear, Aris made a decision that would change the course of galactic history. He launched a solo rescue mission, utilizing experimental technology to reach the vessel, defying the odds and the limitations of human ingenuity. He was driven by a simple, yet powerful impulse to help. And what he found there would change everything. Aris brought Zorgon back to Earth, a decision that sent ripples of shock and fear through governments and the public alike. The world, still grappling with its own internal strife, was unprepared for the reality of an alien presence. Whispers turned to shouts, skepticism to outright hostility. But Aris, unwavering in his conviction, dedicated himself to Zorgon's recovery. For months, he painstakingly nursed the alien back to health, a process that involved not just medical expertise, but a deep dive into Zorgon's language and culture. He learned of the Xylar, a species locked in a brutal, centuries-long conflict with the KRYLL, a race renowned for their ruthlessness and superior technology. The revelation that the distress signal itself was a trap, a KRYLL ploy to isolate and destroy any potential Xylar allies, only solidified Aris's resolve. He understood the Xylar's deep-seated mistrust, their ingrained belief that all other species were driven by the same predatory instincts. Yet, in the quiet solitude of his lab, Aris offered Zorgon something truly alien to his experience: genuine kindness and unwavering compassion. He treated Zorgon not as a specimen, nor as a threat, but as a fellow being in need. This simple, profound act of selfless care, a stark contrast to the violence Zorgon had known, began to chip away at the hardened shell of his war-torn existence. Zorgon, deeply affected by Aris's selfless actions, carried a new hope within him as he prepared to return to his homeworld. He saw in Aris's kindness a glimmer of a future free from the endless cycle of violence. Aris's act wasn't just a rescue, it was a testament to the potential for understanding, a seed of empathy planted in the barren landscape of intergalactic conflict. Upon his return, Zorgon shared his incredible story. He recounted Aris's actions, showcasing the human's compassion as proof that not all species were driven by aggression and a lust for power. He spoke of the months spent in Aris's care, the unwavering dedication to his recovery, and the genuine friendship that had blossomed between them. His words ignited a spark of change within the Xylar government. For centuries, The Xylar had known only war, but now a growing faction began to question the long-held beliefs and the necessity of perpetual conflict. This internal shift led to a radical proposition. The Xylar sought peaceful negotiations with the HFY. They proposed a meeting, a chance to finally break the cycle of bloodshed. And they knew exactly who they wanted as a mediator. Aris Thorne, the unassuming astrophysicist from Earth, was invited to play a pivotal role. He was the only one who truly understood both sides of the conflict, the nuances of their cultures, their fears, and their aspirations. He accepted the invitation, understanding the immense responsibility placed upon him. He saw this as an opportunity to bridge the divide, to foster understanding where only animosity had existed before. With Aris as a neutral intermediary, the negotiations began. He carefully navigated the tense atmosphere, using his understanding of both the Xylar and the HFY to bridge the gap. He highlighted their shared vulnerabilities, the potential for mutual benefit, and the immense rewards that cooperation could bring. He spoke of the beauty of exploration, the potential for shared knowledge, and the possibility of a future where different species could not just coexist, but thrive together. After weeks of tense negotiations, filled with suspicion and doubt, a historic treaty was finally signed. An intergalactic alliance was forged, dedicated to peace, exploration, and mutual support. The HFY and the Xylar, once sworn enemies, were now bound together by a shared commitment to a brighter future, a future born from a single act of human kindness. Zorgan, deeply moved by Aris's selflessness, returned to his home planet carrying a fragile, yet powerful, seed of hope. He didn't just recount a rescue, he shared a revelation. He spoke of the human, Aris Thorne, not as a savior, but as a testament to a different way of being. He showcased the simple, profound act of kindness as irrefutable proof that aggression wasn't the universal language of the cosmos. His story, whispered first, then amplified, ignited a seismic shift within the Xylar government. Centuries of ingrained conflict began to unravel as a new narrative took hold, one of possibility, of peace. This internal awakening led them to a radical decision. They would reach out, seeking peaceful negotiations with their age-old adversaries, the HFY. And who better to bridge this chasm of animosity than the very catalyst for this change? Aris Thorne, the unassuming astrophysicist, was invited to serve as a neutral mediator. He accepted, not for glory, but with a deep understanding of the delicate balance he was tasked to maintain. He used his hard-won knowledge of both Xylar and HFY cultures, their histories, their fears, and their nascent hopes, to weave a new tapestry of understanding. Aris highlighted their shared vulnerabilities, the immense potential for mutual benefit that cooperation offered, and the sheer waste of their perpetual war. He painted a vision of a galaxy united, not by conquest, but by curiosity and shared progress. After weeks of nail-biting negotiations, fraught with suspicion but fueled by a growing, fragile trust, a historic treaty was signed. An intergalactic alliance was forged, a beacon of peace, dedicated to exploration and mutual support, all born from a single, extraordinary act of human kindness. Dr. Aris Thorne's act of kindness wasn't merely a rescue mission. It was a supernova of compassion, a beacon of hope that pierced the suffocating darkness of intergalactic conflict. It wasn't a grand gesture of power or a display of technological superiority. It was something far more profound, far more impactful, a simple act of human decency. He saw a being in need and, without hesitation, offered his help. He demonstrated empathy, understanding, and genuine care. This story stands as irrefutable proof that, even in the face of overwhelming odds, compassion is the most potent weapon. It's a reminder that the most significant changes often begin with the smallest acts. Aris didn't set out to change the galaxy, he simply chose to be kind. And in doing so, he inadvertently set in motion events that reshaped the destiny of countless civilizations. His actions echo across the stars, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. The alliance forged between the Xylar and the HFY, a union born from the ashes of centuries of war, is a direct result of one man's willingness to extend a hand. It's a testament to the ripple effects of kindness, the way a single act can spread outwards, touching lives and changing the world in ways we can barely comprehend. Aris's compassion wasn't just a temporary fix, it was a catalyst, a force that unlocked the potential for peace and cooperation. This story is a powerful reminder that every act of kindness, no matter how seemingly insignificant, has the potential to create waves, to ripple outwards, extending far beyond our immediate understanding. It can shape not just our own world, but potentially the entire galaxy. It challenges us to reconsider our assumptions, to look beyond differences, and to recognize the shared humanity that binds us all, whether we live on Earth or in the distant reaches of space. So, as you reflect on this incredible story, consider the power you hold within yourself. Think about the impact you can have, the change you can create. What act of kindness will you commit today?